other these principal gopis to be with Krishna. Similarly, all these devotees, their principal aim is to get Mother Sita with Lord Ram. And this is an important event, a wedding event, a divine wedding of Sri Sita Ram. So we have an opportunity. Now, we should say it is our privilege, it is our honor to be part of this wonderful ceremony. It's $251, and definitely this is for our temples, other expenses towards, temple maintenance, native services, or prasadam services, everything. So now let us, bring our heart together and involve and get involved and participate in this event. So how many of you would like to, raise your hand? $251, we are going to participate in Sita Ram Kalyanam. Please raise your hand. How many of you? Yes, Mataji, thank you. Can someone take this name, Prabhu? Prabhu, yes. Mataji, Ankita Mataji, yes, please. This is an event. It can either be Mithila Vasis or Ayodhya Vasis, you can choose. And there is always a competition, right? Event competition. Who else? Mataji. Gayatri Mataji, already registered. Thank you. The parents are here. Anyone else? Who else want to be? This is the once in a year event. And we want as many. Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Prabhuji, Shaligram Prabhu's family. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else? Who else? This is an important opportunity. We don't want to miss this. We are also participating. Who else? Come on, let's get the numbers going. Yes, Mataji, Archana Priya Mataji and family. Anyone else? We need as many families as possible, so it looked very nice. These many devotees are performing this wedding ceremony. Who else? Anyone else? Yes, Preeti Mataji and Gaurav Prabhu's family. Yes, please. So we can decide who will be on the bride side or groom side. Who else? Let's get the number rolling. We all want to be participating there. And the event starts from 4:30. Anyone else? Anyone else? It's $250, but we get the opportunity to be there in the wedding as a performer. Anyone else? Yes. Even after this, you can actually approach either one of us, either Nandini Ketan Prabhuji or myself. And if you want to participate, you can just give your name. In that way, we can all come together and celebrate this amazing event. With our hearts, we can pray for Sita Ram to be together. Anyone else? Any other devotees would like to participate in this wedding event, divine wedding event? Do I see some hands there? It's a casual race. Okay. So we'll move on with the lecture now. We'll invite His Grace Vrindnanath Prabhu. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna. Jai Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman Ji ki Jai. Yes. And Prabhuji also mentioned on Saturday, we are having a wonderful drama. It's the subject is little suspense, so you look for it. It is an amazing drama. You definitely be touched with the drama. And of course, we have wonderful, performers. Our Vrindnanath Prabhu and his Mataji and his wonderful group of devotees. We are eagerly looking forward. So we have Kalyanam as well as drama on Saturday. So let us be on time at 4:30 on. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Sri Ram. So, thank you very much for joining us on this very wonderful occasion of the appearance day of Sri Ramchandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Very grateful to you all, and I'm very grateful to His Grace Jugal Kishore Prabhuji, Shyam Kishore Prabhuji for giving me this opportunity to speak on the glories of Lord Ramachandra on this very auspicious occasion. I have no qualification actually. I do not know anything from Ramayana. I don't know any tattva. Just speaking for my own purification. So I request the prayers and blessing of all of you. Please bless me. Please pray for me so that the right words can come on the right time, which makes sense for everybody. So they can maybe just little bit something from the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, from the qualities of Lord Ramachandra. So today's title for the topic is who we are and what we want to be. Basically, Ramayana as the mirror of life. So the pictures speak 1,000 words. So the picture tells what is shown here. When we see ourselves in the mirror, what quality do we really see in ourselves? If we introspect, what qualities do we have? And what qualities really we want to acquire? So let's see from that point of view, what Ramayana teaches us, what the character of Lord Ramachandra and all the other characters of Ramayana, what do they teach us in our real life, in our practical lives? So with that, we'll start with little invocation prayer, and we'll be kind of reciting little glories of Lord Ramachandra also, a couple of verses. I have the actual Sanskrit shlokas there, and along with that, some English transliteration also, if somebody can follow. So we'll start with invoking the mercy of the Lord, mercy of our Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarine Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanyeshwaram Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ramam Ramanujam Sitam Bharatam Bharatanujam Sugrivam Vayu Sunuscha Pranamami Punah Punah Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Patale Namaha Neelambhuja Shyamala Komalangam Sita Samaropita Vamabhagam Pano Mahasayaka Charuchapam Namami Ramam Raghuvanshanatham Lokabhiramam Ranarangadhiram Rajivanetram Raghuvanshanatham Karunyarupam Karunakarantam Sri Ramachandram Sharanam Prapadye Manojavam Marutulya Vegam Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishtham Vatatmajam Vanaryutamukhyam Sri Ramadutam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Guru Charan Sarojaraj Nijamana Mukur Sudha Varnau Raghuvar Bimal Jash Chodayak Balchar Buddhina Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Deva Mohe Harau Kalesh Vikar Siyavar Ram Jai Jai Ram Mere Prabhu Ram Jai Jai Ram रामचंद्र भगवान की सीता राम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की So we know Ramayana has been composed by originally with Srimad Sage Valmiki, and after that there have been many different versions of Ramayana. With the time, there have been many different Ramayans composed as Ramacharitmanas, Kambha Ramayan, Adhyattam Ramayan. So like that, there are so many Ramayans there which glorify the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, the character of Ramachandra. The Valmiki ji being the Adi Kavi. So we want to start with the glorification of Valmiki ji. And what is the result we get? Stutipal. What is the Stutipal of hearing Ramayan, reading Ramayan? Gujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhuraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam. I pay obeisances to the sage Valmiki, who is like the night angel climbing on the tree of poetry. Aruhya Kavita Shakham, who sings in sweet voice the sweet names of Ram, Ram, Ram. So Valmiki ji is compared with the night angel, cuckoo bird, which is very sweetly singing the names of Lord Ramachandra. Valmiki Muni Simhasya Kavita Vanacharina Shranvan Ram Kadanadam Konayati Param Gatim. Sage Valmiki ji here is compared like the lion. He is a lion among the sages, roams in the forest of poetry. Kavita Vanacharina. So he roams around in the forest of poetry and he has composed these glories of Lord Ramachandra. And whoever hears the roar of Valmiki, what is that roar? The story of Lord Ramachandra. Konayati Param Gati. He will attain the supreme destination, the supreme abode of the Lord. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, when Parikshit Maharaj is speaking, Shukdev Goswami is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj, he does not speak Ramakatha very elaborately. He said, you have already heard about Ramakatha. Many other speakers have spoken about Ramakatha. Here I will speak very briefly. And in that, this one verse comes which speak about the Stutipal. What is the result of hearing Ramakatha? So from 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th chapter, Purusho Ramacharitam Shanaver Upadharayan Anra Samshaya Paro Rajan Karma Bandhair Vimuchyate. So paraphrasing the translation of this verse, anyone who hears a narration of Lord Ramachandra's pastime, what will happen? They will be ultimately freed from the disease of envy. And they will be liberated from the bondage of fruitive activities. So we all in this material world are going from lifetime after lifetime into various species of life. Because of our different the different vices in the heart, different anarthas in the heart. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad. And among all this, envy is considered as a deadly disease. And because of that disease of envy, we perform various activities and we are bound in this karmic reaction. So one who hears the activities of Lord Ramachandra will be freed from the disease of envy. Anybody here who can claim that we have freed ourselves from this disease of envy? Anybody here with envy? Everybody? Or whoever is not raising hand, or whoever says they don't have any anarthas, maybe we need to do a seminar on truthfulness. So all of us are suffering from these various anarthas. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mad, Matsarya, that envy. That envy is there in the heart, because of which we are not able to see somebody else's prosperity. Somebody else is getting more respect. Somebody else is getting more fame. The burning sensation is there in the heart. Why that person is getting such respect and fame? Why not me? And Prabhupada writes in the purport actually. So I have taken some part of the purport here. Here in this material world, everybody is envious of someone else. Even when we come to a religious life, when we start practicing bhakti, when we want to cultivate spirituality, it is sometimes found that even if one devotee has advanced in spiritual activities, other devotee are envious of him. So that is the state of in the beginning stage. Even among the devotee community, we may see some envy may be there. And such envious devotees are not completely freed from the bondage of birth and death. And if we hear the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, it removes that envy in the heart. And here, what is the word used is Shravanair Rupadharayan. Shravanair. It's using a plural word. Shravanair, not Shravana. We have 2 ears, right? Everybody has got 2 ears. But here it's not used as Dvivachan. It's used as Bahubachan, plural form, Shravanai. Why it's mentioned here as Shravanai? Why should Dev Goswami saying hearing? It's like hearing with thousands and thousands of ears. Our great acharyas, they pray to the Lord, please give me millions and millions of tongue and millions of ear so I can chant your holy name and I can hear your glories. So what does it literally mean? Does it literally mean that one is getting millions of ear on their body? Like Indra, who was cursed to get so many thousands of eyes on the body, all on his body, eyes and eyes everywhere. It's not like that. When we pray to the Lord, please give me thousands of ears to hear your glories, it means we are praying to the Lord, please increase my capacity of hearing. I can hear more and more about your glories. And when we engage in repeated hearing about the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra, then this disease of envy can be destroyed. Then one can be freed from the cycle of bondage of fruitive activities. So we need to again and again hear. It's not that I have, yes, we have heard about Ramayana, we know about Ramayana, we know about Krishna Leela, we know about Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. It's not about one-time hearing. Repeated hearing, which will cleanse our heart. A devotee must therefore be completely free from envy, especially of other devotees. To envy one devotee is a great offense, a Vaishnava aparad. A devotee who constantly engages in hearing and chanting, Shravana Kirtana, is certainly freed from the disease of envy, and thus he becomes eligible to go back home, back to Godhead. So this is the Shruti Pal, the benefit of hearing Ramakatha. And how Valmiki ji composed Ramayana, how Valmiki ji composed this great literature, Shrimad Ramayana. Actually, it starts with Valmiki ji sitting in his ashram and he is thinking, I want to compose a great literature to inspire the mankind. I want to write about somebody who possesses all the wonderful qualities. And at that time, Narad Muni appears in the ashram of Valmiki ji. And Narad Muni inspires Valmiki ji. So Valmiki ji is asking about various qualities. Who possess these qualities? So in 3 shlokas, the beginning 3 shlokas of the first chapter of Valmiki Ramayana, shloka number 2 to 4, is talking about Valmiki ji is mentioning the 16 gunas of Lord Ramachandra. Here actually Valmiki ji is indirectly speaking about the various qualities of Lord Ramachandra. It's not that Valmiki doesn't know about Ramachandra, but he wants to hear from the great authority like Narad Muni. Like Bharadwaj Rishi. Bharadwaj Rishi is also inquiring from Yajnavalak Rishi. I want to hear about Ram. I have heard that there is one Ram who is the son of Maharaj Dashrath. And there is another Ram whose name is chanted by Lord Shiva constantly. Is this same Ram or a different Ram? Can you please speak about this Ram? That was the question of Bharadwaj Rishi from Yajnavalak Rishi. And based on that question, Yajnavalak Rishi started speaking about Ramakatha. So that is the desire of a devotee. They want to indirectly hear about the glories of Lord. So here Valmiki is also indirectly asking, Narad Muni, I want to inquire about somebody who possesses these qualities. Can you please tell me who is that? And what are these qualities? Kaun vasmin sampratam loke gunvan kasya viryavan dharmagyascha kritagyascha satyavakyo dradhavrata charitrena chako yukta sarva bhuteshu kohita vidvan kah smarthascha kascha ek priyadarshana atmavan ko jita krodho dyutiman ko anasuyakah kasya bibhyati devas jatroshasya samyuge. So here, actually the 16 qualities of Lord Ramachandra are described. Nowadays, Lord Ramachandra has only 16 qualities. Lord Ramachandra has uncountable qualities. We cannot count the qualities of the Lord. If we try to count the qualities of the Lord, it's like a small bird trying to peck on Mount Meru, trying to move Mount Meru with his little beak by pecking on that Mount Meru. Is that possible? So our endeavor to count the qualities of Lord Ramachandra is like that. Or somebody trying to catch the sun in their hand. Sometimes people take photo, right? They put hand like this. They say, see, I have captured the sun in my hand. So that is like a childish activity, thinking I can capture sun in my hand. Here it is described, if somebody try to count the atoms of the universe, that may still be possible. If somebody try to count the raindrops when the rain is falling, that may still be possible. If somebody try to count the stars in the sky, that may also be possible. But if somebody try to count the qualities of Lord Ramachandra, that's not possible. So those are the qualities of Lord Ramachandra. Here, Valmiki is mentioning indirectly about these qualities with the desire to hear from Narad Muni. So how many of you want to hear these qualities of Lord Ramachandra? And we want to see how we can learn from that and how we can reflect it in the mirror. Do we have those qualities, or what qualities do we really have to see ourselves in the mirror? So that's why Ramayana, the mirror of life. Now, before we get into Lord Ram's qualities, let's first see what are the qualities of the living entity. Living entity has the great qualities or the faults? Faults only, right? We generally speak about the 4 deficiencies of the living entity. What are the 4 deficiencies of living entity? Cheating propensity, committing mistakes, getting tendency to be illusioned, our senses are limited. So these are generally speaking the 4 mistakes or the 4 deficiencies of the living entity. But actually, through the medium of Ramayana, Lord is telling us what are the other faults in the living entity, going a little deeper into that. So we know in Ramayana there are 7 kand. Everybody knows that, right? In Ramayana there are 7 kand. Like in Bhagavatam we have 12 cantos, 12 skand. So in Ramayana we have 7 kand. And what are these 7 kand? From in sequence: Balakand, Ayodhya Kand, Aranya Kand, Kishkinda Kand, Sundar Kand, Yuddha Kand, Uttara Kand. So these are the 7 kands, and this in the middle, Kishkinda Kand is the smallest one. Actually, it's the most important for us. Kishkinda Kand is the most important for us because that is the one which shows us the real mirror. So, based on this Kishkinda Kand, we'll see first what are our faults. What are the faults of the living entity? Here I'm specifically speaking about myself here. Many of you are very advanced devotees, so please do not take any offense. So the living entity has 5 problems, the 5 avagunas. What are that? The first tendency is tendency to enjoy, Vishay Bhog. Everybody has so much tendency to enjoy this material world. We want to enjoy to the fullest extent. We want to eat as much as possible. Even the stomach is filled, but the tongue is not satisfied. We want to hear some nice music. We want to watch some nice things. We want to touch some soft object. And there is tendency to enjoy so much. But we can still not be satisfied. After so much of enjoyment, still there is misery only. And then the second problem is fear. Everybody is filled with fear. We have so many types of fears in this world. Anybody who can claim he is free from any fear in this world? We have so many types of fear. Fear of getting diseased, fear of getting old, fear of death, fear of losing hair. Somebody may have the fear of even losing hair. Fear of losing job, fear of getting green card. There are so many types of fear. Bhai. And then all the living entities actually are coward. Coward means they're poke. They are running from one place to another place to safeguard themselves. We want to jump from one job to another job. Let me make myself more safer. Let me open some back door, keep a back door open. We want so many type of insurance. We have car insurance, health insurance, life insurance, and on top of that, some people take umbrella insurance. Right? So person is so covered, running from one place to another. Even we come in spiritual life, we want to practice bhakti, still running from one place to another. Let me go to this temple, let me go to that temple. Today Hanuman temple, tomorrow Sai Baba temple, day after tomorrow some other temple. Let me pray to this demigod or that devata. Even when we come in our congregation, still there is tendency to run from one place to another. Or let me try this particular place, this particular Bhakti Vriksha program, or that particular Bhakti Vriksha program. We are not satisfied with them. We don't want to commit ourselves to the process. So everybody is in one sense forward, derpok, running from one place to another place. And then the fourth fault is ungrateful. Even though we are getting so much from the Supreme Lord, we are getting so much from the temples, we are getting so much from the devotees, still we do not reciprocate properly. We are so ungrateful. We get the favors, but we forget the favor. Bhagwan se paakar Bhagwan ko bhul jate. We get so much from the Lord, but we forget it. And I will show you all these through the medium of Kishkinda Kand. All these things happening. How we can see ourselves in the mirror. And then the fifth fault is cunning. We feel ourselves over smart. We think we are very clever. I can get things done on my own strength. I can get things done on my own intelligence. And we try to bypass the Supreme Lord also many times. So these are the faults of the living entity. And Sugrivaji here is taking that role of the living entity to show us these faults of the living entity. So he is putting in that position. Through the medium of Sugrivaji, we understand these tendencies. So first of all, the tendency to enjoy. Sugriv, when Vali went to fight, he did not come for some time. He closed that cave and came back to Kishkinda, became the king, and he started enjoying. He was so much into enjoyment, he forget about Bali. So the tendency to enjoy, that Vishay Bhog, when will I get that opportunity to enjoy? And then everybody is fearful. So Sugriva, when Bali returned back, Sugriva was so afraid, he was so fearful, he ran away from that place to save his life. He ran to, where did he go to take shelter? Rishyamukh Parvat, Rishyamukh mountain. He took shelter there as a coward, Bhagoda. He ran from that place, went to the other place. And when Lord Ramachandra came, see here, what does Sugriva represent? Sugriva represents the living entity, the Jiva. The living entity is always afraid of something or other. And moreover, we are afraid of our own karma. My karma is going to bring some reaction, some result. And Bali here represents the karmic reaction. So Griva was afraid of Bali. Living entity is afraid of their own bad karma, their own karmic reaction. To protect himself from that sinful reaction, from the bad reaction, so Griva went and took shelter of Rishyamukh Parvat. And what does this Rishyamukh Parvat represent? Say if you take the literal meaning, Rishyamukh, Rishi, sage, Mukh means mouth. Rishyamukh, mouth of the sages. So Rishyamukh Parvat, taking shelter of Rishyamukh Parvat means taking shelter in the association of devotees, hearing from the saintly people. Associating with devotees means coming to the satsang program. And when we hear from the devotees, when we come to the satsang program, what happens? When Sugriva was residing on Rishyamukh Parvat, who came there? Lord Ramachandra personally came there. He gave shelter to Sugriva. So when we come in satsang program, when we come in the association of devotees, Lord says, where do I reside? I reside wherever my name is being chanted. Naham vasami vaikunte yogi nam hrideshuva yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tisthami narada. I do not reside in Vaikuntha. I do not reside in the heart of yogis, but wherever my name is being chanted, wherever my katha is being spoken, I reside there. So in satsang, in the discussion, among the men reside there. And gave shelter to Sugriva. When Sugriva met Lord Ramachandra, What did Sugriva say? You know what?
तो आए नहीं उस टाइम पे मैं सुग्रीव का मैंने सुग्रीव
So Sugriva said, now giving up everything. Please listen carefully. What did Sugriva say? Now giving up everything, giving up my family, my home, my property, giving up everything. I want to serve your lotus feet. Now just imagine, Sugriva doesn't have anything that time. He doesn't have his family. He doesn't have any wealth. He doesn't have any possessions. But Sugriva is saying, I want to give up everything and take shelter of your lotus feet. Indirectly, Sugriva is saying, please first help me get everything. Please help me get everything. Give me my family, give me my kingdom, give me my possessions. And then once I get it, then I will leave everything and I will help you. I will take your shelter. That is living entity. We are praying to the Lord, please give me this, please give me that, please give me that. Sukh sampatti ghara ave kashta mite tanaka. And then we say, Om Jai Jagadish Hare. Kya lage mera sab kuch tera, tera tujhko arpan. So what we are saying, we are also doing same thing. We are saying, first give me everything, then I will give up and then I will take your shelter. So Sugriva represents a living entity. Tendency to enjoy. He is so fearful, he's coward. He is running away and taking shelter there. And then when Lord Ramachandra helped him to get the kingdom, it was the 4 months of rainy season. Lord Ramachandra said, actually, that was just the external reason. Oh, this is a 4 month of rainy season. Ultimately, Lord Ram knew Sugriva's heart. He has got the kingdom after so long. He has a tendency to enjoy now. He wants to enjoy Vishay Bhog. So he told, now you enjoy. You go in your kingdom and you spend some time. And when this rainy season is done, then we will continue our next task of finding Sita Devi. So Sugriva went, he started enjoying. But once the 4 months of rainy season was over, what did Sugriva do? Did he come directly in service of Lord Ramachandra? He forgot. Ungrateful, forgetting the favor of the Supreme Lord. After getting from the Lord, he forgot that I have to serve the Lord now. And then when Lakshmanji came to chastise Sugriva, immediately Sugriva came running, taking shelter of Lord Ramachandra. And what did Sugriva say? My Lord, it's not my mistake. It's your Maya. Your Maya is so powerful. What can I do? So that is very clever, cunning, right? Trying to not accept his mistake, his fault, but putting on the Lord, Prabhu, main kya kar sakta? What can I do? This is all your Maya only, which bewildered me. Ultimately, we have to take our responsibility also. So that's why I put together these defects of the living entity first. What is living entity? What mistakes or the problems living entity has? What qualities do we have? We don't have any of those qualities which is spoken by Valmiki ji. But he's asking from Narad Muni, who is the living entity in this world who possesses these qualities? We don't possess those qualities. Only the Supreme Lord possesses these qualities. So we are so ungrateful. We get from the Lord and we forget everything. See, once there was a beggar on the street, torn clothes, nothing has, he doesn't have anything to eat. He was sitting on the side of the road begging, and a very rich, wealthy person, a big businessman came there. He saw this beggar. He came to the beggar and told, I want to help you. The beggar became very happy. So how you want to help me? Will you give me some food to eat? Will you give me some clothes? Will you give me some little money? He said, no, I will not give you any of these. Actually, I want to make you my business partner. Just imagine a beggar on the street, a rich person comes and tells, I will make you my business partner. Lottery lag gaya, it's like a jackpot. So he became very happy. And then he asked this businessman, so what is the deal? Will you keep 90% of the profit and give me little 10%? I will be very happy actually. If you give me just 5-10% also, I will be very happy. And the businessman said, no, actually you keep 90% and give me only 10%. This beggar became even more happy. What is amazing? I'm not investing anything. I'm not contributing anything. The deal is I just have to do my labor. And then I keep 90% of the profit and give only 10%. So he became angry. He agreed to that proposal. And the rich person told, I have a rice go down, you distribute that rice, whatever profit come, you keep 90% and give me only 10%. So he started working very hard, distributed the rice, so much profit was coming. Day by day, time is passing. Now it's the end of month coming, 31st March. Time to settle the accounts. But as the time is moving, the last day is coming to settle his accounts. This beggar, his consciousness changed. He started thinking, why should even I give 10%? It's all my hard work, my labor, with my intelligence, I am doing all that. Why should I give even 10%? So the day rich person came, told, now, okay, bring the 10% of my share. Hey, who are you? Why should I give you 10%? It's all my hard work, my labor, my intelligence. Who are you? Go away from here. So who is this rich person and who is this beggar?
Lord and Jiva.
The Jiva, all of us, living entity, we are that beggar. And the Lord is that rich person. We have nothing. Can we claim anything that I own this? All the natural resources is given by the Lord. You use water, you use air, you use fire, whatever the natural resources we are using is given by the Lord. And in exchange, we are supposed to return back to the Lord. 10% we should give back to the Lord. What is that 10%? 10% of our time we should spend in serving the Lord, chanting the holy name, hearing Krishna Katha, serving the Lord. If there are 24 hours in a day, 10% of that we should dedicate to the Lord. 10% of our income we should use that in the service of the Lord. Engage in the service of the devotees, in service of the Supreme Lord. Somebody may say 10% is too much. At least start from somewhere. 2%. Something we should exchange with the Lord. If we cannot come every day, spend 2 hours, once a week, 2 hours coming to the temple, attending the program, hearing about the Lord, taking little bit time every day, 15 minutes, half an hour, chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if we take little bit time in the service of the Lord, take little bit of our earnings in the service of the Lord, that is a reciprocation with the Lord. But the living entity is so ungrateful. Lord is giving us this physical strength. Lord is giving us the intelligence to do our work. Ultimately, actually 100% belong to the Lord, but he's so kind. He's saying, you keep 90%, just give a little bit. So if we come to the association of devotees in the satsang program, Lord personally comes and gives us protection. Now, after understanding the faults in the living entity, what is the time limit, Prabhuji? Midnight? 9 o'clock is okay? Okay, so we'll try to wrap it quickly. We will not go into too much details about the qualities of Lord Ramachandra. So here Valmiki is speaking about these 16 qualities, how we can see ourselves in that mirror. So we'll go very briefly about some of those qualities. Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai. So the first quality which is mentioned here, Gunavan. See, Gunavan, literally if we see Gunavan means quality. So what does Gunavan really mean here specifically? It speak about Sheel, modesty, Maryada. So Valmiki is asking, who is that Gunavan? Who is Maryadavan in this material world? And Lord Ramachandra is personally present there. And Lord Ramachandra is Maryadasheel. What is the Maryada of Lord Ramachandra? See, the day he is to be crowned as the king of Ayodhya, that day, Kekai tells Ram has to go to exile for 14 years. Lord Ramachandra did not retaliate. There was no tinge of any anger or sadness on his face. He was very happy. Thank you, mother. You have done a great favor on me. You are giving me opportunity to go to the forest where I can meet so many sages. I can listen from them, serve them. So thank you very much. He did not care for the kingdom of Ayodhya. And Lord Ramachandra came to Mother Kaushalya, take permission from Mother Kaushalya. Mother Kaushalya said, how can you go to forest? I will speak to your father. I am also your mother. I will tell him not to send you to the forest. Lord Ramachandra came to Kaushalya and he said, actually, today is a great day for me. Why? Aaj pita dinu ne kanan raja. Today, father has made me the king of the whole forest area. He thought Ram is very capable. Why to give him only the small kingdom of Ayodhya? Better send him to the forest, a big forest area, make him the forest minister. So that is Maryada of Lord Ramachandra. He's not coming and saying, complaining. See, what did father do? He took away my kingdom and he is giving to my younger brother. If we were in that position, this is what we will do. Right? We will go and complain about other person. See, today father, he kicked me out. But Lord Ramachandra, he is so, that's why he is known as Maryada Purushottam. That Sheel, Maryada, that is the first quality of Lord Ramachandra. He has no lamentation. Actually, Lord Ramachandra is showing by his personal behavior. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna spoke, Samashatruja mitreja tatha mana apamanayo. One should be equipoised in all these conditions, in all these situations of life. Lord Krishna spoke that, and Lord Ramachandra is practically showing in his Leela how we should be equipoised in all situations of life. Lord Ramachandra stayed on this earth for how long? You are getting some hints for week after some quizzes coming. So Lord Ramachandra, for how long did he stay in this material world? 11,000 years. He stayed for 11,000 years, but the whole Ramayana is focused mainly on those 14 years. And we speak mainly about those 14 years of Lord Ramachandra's pastime. His going to the forest, exile for 14 years and all those Leelas. We don't speak too much about any other Leela. After he became the king and all those 11,000 years. So first quality of Lord Ramachandra, Gunavan, Maryada. And the second quality of Lord Ramachandra, Veeravan. Veeravan means a powerful warrior. He is so powerful. Single-handedly, he defeated the army of Kharadushan, 14,000 soldiers. So not going too much into this detail. The third quality, Dharmagya. Dharmagya means he knows the dharma perfectly. What to speak to whom at what time. He perfectly understands that. When he came to Mother Kaushalya, he told, I am going to the forest. Mother Kaushalya said, if you are going to the forest, please take me also with you. And Lord Ramachandra said, your dharma is to serve your husband. So you please stay here, take care of your husband. And when Sita Devi came, and Sita Devi said, I also want to go with you. Now Lord Ramachandra, what did he say? Did he say, yes, you come with me, I am going, how can you stay here? You also pack your bag and let's go together. So Lord Ramachandra did not say that. What did he say? Your dharma is to stay here and serve father and mother. See, to the mother, he said, you stay here and serve your husband. But to Sita Devi, he's saying, no, you cannot come with me to serve me. You stay here, serve your father and mother. Because this is the duty of a husband, not to tell, no, you just serve me only. If the other person gives that instruction, give that knowledge, then it is okay. Husband himself cannot say. He is saying, you serve your father and mother. Father-in-law, mother-in-law, basically. Ramji's father and mother, Dashrath Maharaj and Kaushalya, and not just Kaushalya, all three mothers. Ultimately, actually, Lord Ram's intention behind that is he doesn't want to trouble anybody. That anybody should come with me, Sita Devi or Lakshman or anybody. He did not want to take anybody with him. So he perfectly knows what to speak to somebody at what time. Dharmagya, he knows the dharma perfectly. The next quality of Lord Ramachandra, Kritagya, faithful. He doesn't forget anybody's favor. Somebody has done some little favor on him. He does not forget that. Even though he has done even more for that person, he does not forget that little favor done by that person. See, he already gave the kingdom to Sugriv. Right? He killed Wali and gave the Sugriv, the kingdom of Kishkinda to Sugriv. He has already done favor on Sugriv, but still, because Sugriv helped Lord Ramachandra to find Mother Sita, to rage that war against Ravana, Lord Ramachandra did not forget that favor of Sugriv, how much he has done for me. Lord Ramachandra is telling again and again, I cannot repay what all you have done for me. When Lord Ramachandra came back to Ayodhya after 14 years after killing Ravan, Bharat has made a nice palace for Lord Ramachandra. As a reciprocation of his love for Ramachandra, he has made a very nice, beautiful palace in Ayodhya. And as Lord Ramachandra came there, when Bharat presented that palace, what did Lord Ramachandra tell Bharat? If you really love me, if you really want to do something for me, will you fulfill my one desire? What is that desire? Please give this palace to Sugriv. He has done so much for me. I cannot repay for him. Please give this palace to Sugriv. So Lord Ramachandra gave that palace which was built for him. He gave that immediately to Sugriv. That palace is still there in Ayodhya, known as Sugriva Kila. So that is the gratefulness of Lord Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra is teaching by his practical example how we should behave. We should never forget somebody's any favors, somebody little bit something somebody has done for us. We should never forget that. Actually, there are two principles. There are two things we should never forget, and there are two things we should always forget. What are the two things we should never forget? Somebody has done any little favor on you, we should never forget that favor. And if you have hurt somebody, if you have harmed somebody by your words, by physically, in any means, if we have hurt somebody, we should never forget that, and we always be apologetic in that way. We should always have that guilt in our heart that we don't want to repeat that offense. We don't want to do it to anybody else. So these two things we should never forget. And there are two things we should always forget.
Something wrong with us.
You have done some favor on somebody. We should never remember that. Don't keep thinking, I did so much for this. Prabhuji, I did so much for you. You don't remember? We should never remember what favor we have done on somebody. And we should never remember if somebody has hurt us, somebody has harmed us, if somebody spoke something bad to us, some bad words, we should never remember those. So two things we should always remember and two things we should always forget. Lord Ramachandra is teaching by his example. He did not take anybody's offense. That is another quality we can discuss. Lord Ramachandra's quality of gratefulness. So I will maybe cover only this one more quality. We don't have time to go over all that, and we'll try to complete soon. So another quality of Lord Ramachandra, Satyavakyo and Dhradavrata. I'm counting these two together here for the purpose of explanation. So Satyavakyo Dhradavrata. He always speaks truth. He is very truthful. And whatever vow he has taken, whatever prana he has taken, he always fulfill that prana. He always fulfill that vow. When Vashishta Muni did the naming ceremony of Lord Ramachandra, he spoke about the quality of Lord Ramachandra as Satyaprayana. Sarve Veda Vidaha Shura, Sarve Loka Hiterata, Sarve Jnana Sampanna, Sarve Samudita Gune, Teshamapi Mahateja, Rama Satya Prakrama, Ishta Sarvasya Lokasya, Shashanka Eva Nirmala. So one of the very beautiful quality of Lord Ramachandra spoken here also is Satya Prakrama. He is Satyavrata. His strength is not his physical strength, Prakrama, but his strength is Satya Prakrama, truthfulness. Not Swaprakrama, but Satya Prakrama. He will keep his vows. Raghukula Reet Sada Chaliyai, Prana Jai Par Vachana Na Jai. Lord Ramachandra did not go to forest actually to fulfill the dharma of his father or to fulfill the words of his father. Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki jai, Nikaya Patitya Pavan Gaura Hari ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Lord Ramachandra did not go to the forest, to the exile, to fulfill the words of his father. Actually, as Lord Ramachandra is about to leave Dashrath Maharaj, what did he say? Please do not go to the forest. You can forcibly take this kingdom. Imprison me and take up this kingdom. But Lord Ramachandra said, that's not my dharma. He did not go to the forest to fulfill the words of his father, but to fulfill the dharma of his father. He told his father, you are stopping me. Actually, that is your attachment. ये आपके मोह की आज्ञा है. Your attachment is ordering me not to go. But your dharma is ordering me to go. I have to go to fulfill your dharma. So Lord Ramachandra is Satya Prakarma. He is truthful to his words. There is another very beautiful pastime speaking about Satya Vakya and Dhrada Vrata when Lord Ramachandra is in the exile in the forest. That time, as they are moving from Chitrakoot, moving now from Chitrakoot to go to the deeper part of the forest, Dandakaranya. At that time, Lord Ramachandra came across a pile of bones. There was a pile of bones there, and seeing those piles of bones, Lord Ramachandra's heart was melting. What is happening here in my rule? Whose bones are these? And the sages who were walking with him, they told, these are the bones of the sages. There are so many demons who come and eat up those sages. These are the bones of those sages. And Lord Ramachandra immediately, he took that vow, raising both hands in the air. He took this vow, Nishichar heen karumahi, bhuj uthai pranaleen, sakal munin ke ashram, jai jai sukhadeen. Lord Ramachandra raising his arms in the air, he took this vrata, vow, I will rid all the demons on the face of earth. I will destroy all the demons. And when Lord Ramachandra spoke these words, immediately Mother Sita, who was walking with Lord Ramachandra, she said, please forgive me. Here I'm not trying to instruct you. I'm just trying to remind you here. I am also your wife, your Sahadharmacharini. I'm your better half. You should have consulted with me also once. You should have just consulted with me once. You have taken such a big vow, ridding the earth, the face of earth from all the demons. Actually, in this world, there are 3 faults in the people which can cause the fall down of somebody. Even somebody is very great, very famous, but if they have any of these 3 faults, they can fall down from their position. And what are these 3 faults? One is asatya bhashan. If somebody speaks untruthful, if somebody is untruthful to their words, asatya bhashan, that causes a fall down of that person. And I know you are always true to your words. To fulfill the words of your father, you came to the forest. So I have no doubt this fault can never come in you, asatya bhashan. And the second fault is paradharavi marshanam, having a bad eye on other women. And I am sure this fault also cannot come in you. You are Maryada Purushottam. You have taken Ek Patni Vrata. And you consider every other woman as your mother. So this fault also cannot come in you. But please forgive me. I think this third fault has touched you. What is this third fault? Bina vairena rodrata. Without having any enmity, without having any problem with somebody, you have shown that anger on that person. See, what did this demon do to you personally? They have not harmed you anything. And you have taken this vow, I will remove all the demons. I will destroy all the demons. So I feel this third fault has touched you. Please think again about your vow. And Lord Ramachandra at that time, what did he say? Whatever vow I have taken, I cannot go by that vow. And Lord Ramachandra spoke very powerful words there. Apiham jivitam jahami. I can give up my life, but I cannot give up my words. Apiham jivitam jahami. Twamba Sitesa Lakshmana. Hey Sita, I can give up you and Lakshman also, but I cannot give up my words. Natu pratigyam samsritya brahmana visheshatam. Whatever vow I have taken to protect the brahmanas, I cannot give that vow. So, Third Vrata, having that strong vow, whatever vow I have taken, I have to fulfill that words. Now, where do we stand? If we look ourselves in the mirror, where do we stand? We take so many promises, we make so many promises. We come to the temple, we make promise in front of Radha Gopis and Vallabh. Today onwards, yes, I want to become very sincere in bhakti. From today onwards, tomorrow onwards, I will chant 16 rounds. Every week I want to come to the program. Every week I want to come to Sunday feast. Again, next day, Monday morning starts, Maya kicks in. And we again give up our promises. We give up our vows. Lesson to learn from Lord Ramachandra. What do we see ourselves? When we see in the mirror, what do we see? What qualities do we see in ourselves? Little introspection need to be done. So Lord Ramachandra, this Satya Vakyo, Dhrida Vrata. Now there are so many other qualities I can go on. I will skip all these. So there is one very beautiful quality, maybe some other time. Jita Krodho, Bibhyati Devas Jataroshasya Samyuge. One quality, Valmiki is saying Jita Krodho. He has conquered his anger. Another quality he is saying, Bibhyati Devas Jataroshasya Samyuge. If he is angered, even the demigods, they shiver in fear. So both seem to be contradicting qualities. One side, he is very calm, composed, he has won his anger. But on the other side, if he get angry, even demigods shiver in fear. So what does it mean is, anger is there, yes, but Lord Ramchandra knows when to control anger and when to apply anger. He has the controller, the regulator in his hands. So many pastimes in Ramayana, Lord Ramachandra shows these qualities when he controlled his anger. When Sugriva is not coming after 4 months, Lord Ramachandra took his arrow and put it on the bow and said, tell Sugriva the arrow which killed Bali, that arrow is still there with me. Where Sugriva is gone, I can send you also there. And Lakshmanji became very happy. Today, Prabhu, you did the right thing. Why were you waiting for so long? You have done this early. And Lord Ramachandra immediately became pacified. I will kill Sugriva, not today, tomorrow. So he conquered his anger. He knows when to apply anger. So we need to have that regulator in our hand. There is a difference in becoming angry and exhibiting anger. Gusse ho jana or gussa karna. These are two different things. See, when we say somebody became angry, it means they are under the control of anger. Somebody exhibiting anger means their anger is in their control. They know when to exhibit anger, in what extent, in what quantity. So Lord Ramachandra has that regulator in hand. And there are other pastimes when this ocean, Samudra Dev is not coming out. Lord Ramachandra became angry. After 3 days of fasting, 3 days of austerity, Samudra Dev did not come out. So finally, Lord Ramachandra became angry. He took the arrow, and again Lakshmana said, very well done. You should have done this 3 days earlier. Why you wasted 3 days? We are already in crunch of time. So Lord Ramachandra that time showed anger on Samudra Dev. And the whole ocean start to burn, start to boil. The Samudra Dev and all the demigods, they became afraid. So like that, there are so many pastimes when Lord Ramachandra exhibited anger and when he controlled anger during the war also. And many other qualities. So I will skip this here. So Narada spoke this whole, when Valmiki asked these qualities of somebody who possesses this quality, Valmiki, Narada spoke the whole Ramayana in 5 minutes. He very briefly told all the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. So speaking Ramayana is, we can do in 5 minutes also, or we can take 5 days also. Still, it will not be done. It's up to our desire, how much we want to hear. Shravanai, how much is our desire to hear, our intensity of hearing. So again, skipping this also, meaning of Ramayana, just jumping to the last concluding things. There are 7 kands of Ramayana, and these 7 kands of Ramayana are like establishing our relationship with Lord Ramachandra. Like taking 7 fere with Lord Ramachandra. See, when the marriage takes place, right, the boy and girl, when the marriage is taking place, there is 7 rounds around the fire, Sat fere. And with each round around the fire, they are taking some promises towards each other. So same way, this 7 kands of Ramayana is like developing that relationship with the Lord Ramachandra, taking those vows towards Lord Ramachandra, how we want to progress in our journey towards the Lord. So Balakand, kand by kand, we can say what are each kand teaches us. Balakand teaches us giving ourselves in full shelter of Lord Ramachandra. Like Lord Ramachandra appeared as a small baby. And he completely gave himself to Mother Kaushalya. Now you take care of me. You feed me, you put me to sleep, you bathe me, whatever you want to do. I am completely in your shelter. I'm completely surrendered to you. So same way we need to develop that attitude of taking shelter of Lord Ramachandra. So Balakanda to Uttarkand, it teaches us how we should move forward. Kishkinda Kand teaches us the real mirror, becoming Ajatashatrava. And then Uttarkand finally, it teaches us the service attitude. Lord Ramachandra personally, he invited so many sages and he served those sages. He heard from them. So developing that service attitude. So in that way, from Balakand to Uttarkand, we are moving forward in developing our relationship with Lord Ramachandra. And the speciality, as I said, of Ramakatha is to show us the mirror, our real image. And result of hearing Katha, the Shruti Phal we talked earlier, it will remove all the vices in the heart, the impurities in the heart. And ultimately, a Vimana will come for us. Like for Parikshit Maharaj, or Prabhuji had mentioned the story of Dhundakari a few weeks back. So at the end of, when we hear about the pastimes of the Lord, a Viman comes to take us back to the Lord. What is the meaning of that Viman actually? Is it a literal meaning that yes, the Viman is coming? We can see it in a literal meaning also, but there is a contextual meaning behind this. What is this Vimana? Vimana means Vigatamana, giving up our false ego, giving up that ahankar, and completely surrendering to the Lord, taking shelter of the Lord. So when we absorb ourselves in hearing the glories of the Lord, hearing the pastimes of the Lord, we will be freed from this mithya ahankar, this false ego, and we will be able to go back to the spiritual world, the kingdom of the Lord, where we can enjoy with the Lord. So we need to take seriously this process of bhakti by being in the shelter of our acharyas, taking shelter of Srila Prabhupada, taking shelter of so many senior Vaishnavas who can guide us step by step in our spiritual life, how we can make progress. Shri Ramachandra Bhagwan ki jai, Sita Rama Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Please forgive me. Please forgive me if I spoke anything wrong. If I stepped over somebody's toes, the intention is not that. Again, intention is to just reflect on ourselves. Thank you very much. Is the time?
Request everyone to please take herself. And actually, she is in blessings. Please take blessings. And Prasad is being served upstairs. Only one announcement. Saturday, we have a play on Ramayana.